Sadly, our time in Bonaire was quickly coming to an end, and so Phil and I wanted to get one more dive in before it was time to leave.
Hi. So come check out the scene. Phil and I are going to go scuba diving right now, and one of the many spots here in Bonaire. So you just go off the shore.
What's the name?
Bachelor. This is called Bachelor. We'll have to climb down those steps precariously there. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Be a fun old time. Reef's a good bit out. See where it gets dark. Let's go find out.
Let's do it.
Alright, so here we are in the water.
Good to go?
So let's go out and turn right, and then we'll try and kind of go past it and then come back.
Max depth 72 feet. Dive time 51 minutes.
Bonaire was one of those places that we knew was good, but we didn't know how good it was until a lot farther down the road. The flat, desert-like landscape adorned with cacti, the small town feel of an island nation where everyone knows each other, the copious amounts of Dutch people, especially young folks who take a gap year between school and the inevitable 9-to-5 that follows, and of course the pristine, crystal clear waters and abundant, vibrant coral reef surrounding the island make Bonaire a gem that relatively few have had the joy of discovering for themselves. Here I am practicing my freediving off the back of the boat. This is one of my earlier attempts where I get down to a max depth of about 33 feet. I'm using a scuba dive computer, so unfortunately it doesn't like the rapid ascent, and so it starts to beep like crazy when I come back up. In freediving, it's perfectly fine to dive down deep and come up quickly, but in scuba diving, it's totally against the code to ascend rapidly unless it's an absolute emergency. Here I am the next day making my final attempt, and this is my deepest dive that I've got to so far. What you can't see from the camera angle is that as I'm going over the reef, I'm going down on about a 45-degree angle. So although it sort of looks like I'm going along the bottom, I'm going down at about 45 degrees. The purple coral on the left here is at about 50 feet of depth. Check my dive computer, 55 feet.
Feet. So when I went a little bit below that, I knew I was breaking my record. The previous record was 44 feet. So cool. I can't believe I got down that far. It's all about slowing your breath and relaxing before you go, though. It makes such a big difference. That time that I was just waiting here, not moving very much, holding onto the ladder here.
How do you feel about our departure?
Oh boy, I feel good. But what I find is it's always a kind of a delayed thing where it's only when you kind of get away from the place and you realize, oh crap, that was it. You know, everything that we're gonna do here we did. We'll be back here for a long time. Although I would definitely recommend coming here to anyone. Beautiful place.
Definitely a good time and nice waters.
Beautiful waters, very nice people. It's a very nice small town feel. And I think when we go to Curacao, it becomes a bit of a bigger town feel. And then Aruba is like the big city as far as these three islands go.
Yeah. So long, Bonaire.
And if I had hit record, then this video would have been a video. But now I'm starting the video over again. So here we are. We're just leaving Bonaire. This cursor shows our estimated 2-hour distance that we'll cover, and we have to get over here to Curacao. So this is Klein Bonaire on the right. "176 meters, just offshore. From the island. And that's why we're going so fast, because we're getting wind from the side. So we're on our way to Curacao right now, and we've been going for a few hours, and we've got 4 hours, and we've got a couple hours left. It's hard to see this ends, but it's very much right in front of us.
and we're exposed to all these waves and swell right now. And as we get around the southern tip of the island and start heading northwest on the leeward side, the downwind side of the island, we should get out of all the swell and it should be a bit more of a comfortable ride. Anywho, that's where we're at. Phil is somehow making lunch right now, and I'm hungry, so I'm going to go back and get some of that. We're just kind of getting into Curacao waters and it's busy. There's a lot of other boats. So already I can tell this place is going to be very different from Bonaire. And so the inlet is dead ahead. We're no longer in a rush because we just got on the radio and talked to the Coast Guard about the COVID testing, and they're not going to test us until tomorrow afternoon, which sucks because now we can't pick up my buddy from the airport, and I'm going to have to try and delay our possession of the rental car by a day. But you know, that is traveling and that is sailing, is unexpected things coming up. We can't let it get us down too much. Now I've been told, and you can see from the charts, that it's a very narrow inlet and there's rocks to worry about, so it's a good thing we're making it in during daylight hours. So in light of that, we'll probably just putt real low RPMs and see what it looks like. So yeah, disappointing about the COVID testing, but you know, I'm excited to be in this new place, new scenery, and new adventures await. I got the shackle here if you want to get it.
Yeah.
So here we are, I guess. Dropped anchor. I saw from the engine exhaust coming out that it was steaming, which means it's really hot, and it confirms my suspicion that the engine is overheating. I'm gonna go down below and take a quick look at it. I think we'll be okay. And if not, we'll hear a loud bang. All right, gonna sign off and we're gonna get some margaritas. The next day, the Coast Guard came and gave us COVID tests, which we had to pay for. They had a credit card machine on hand. They had us fill out a ton of paperwork, took our passports, and then told us that once we received word of our negative COVID test result, we could go into town and retrieve our passports and be processed by customs and immigration. The thing is, the town is quite far away and you need to take a taxi to get there. And although this gentleman told me that the customs, immigration, and harbor master offices were next to each other, the reality is they're actually across town for some totally inexplicable reason.
Okay, so immigration first, then it's customs?
Then customs.
And then it is the harbor
That's
master.
nearby.
Okay,
When
yes.
you come to immigration, you go directly to the harbor. harbor master.
Okay.
Fun, fun.
Fun, fun. Fun, fun. Fun, fun. Fun, fun. Fun, fun. Fun, fun. Fun, fun. Fun, fun. Fun, fun. Fun, fun. Fun, fun. Fun, fun. Fun, fun. Fun, fun. Fun, fun. Fun, fun. Fun, fun. Fun, fun. Fun, fun. Fun, fun. Fun, fun. Fun, fun. Fun, fun. Fun, fun. Fun, fun. Fun, fun. Fun, fun. Fun, fun. Fun, fun. Fun, fun. Fun, fun. Fun, fun. Fun, fun. Fun, fun. Fun, fun. Fun, fun. Fun, fun. Fun, fun. Fun, fun. Fun, fun. Fun, fun. Fun, fun. Fun, fun. Fun, fun. Fun, fun. Fun, fun. Fun, fun. Fun, fun. Fun, fun. Fun, fun. F
specific time and they told you what you needed, then it wouldn't.
Well, yeah, they don't even say on the website there are all these forms. They're like, do you have these forms? How the f would I have those forms? You know?
I think you stress more than you have to, but they seem to be very relaxed because they have to do this all day.
Fun.
In the meantime, we were confined to the quarantine anchorage. This was a different anchorage than the regular anchorage for all the other boats, which you can see in the background. This is the quarantine anchorage. We are not allowed to go ashore. We are not allowed to leave the boat until we get our negative result. That's it for this episode. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next episode where we get into exploring Curacao.